Okay, so I was reading something on Facebook about how the ads from like the 50s were portrayed. Basically, in the 50s, like from 50s back, anywhere in that between, I mean, even from 2000s back, and even today, I mean, the ads about women are completely absurd because back in the day it was mainly about your wife better clean the house. In fact, there are even some ads that go to say that you should beat your wife and why you should keep beating your wife. There was like a book written on it. You should send in like 15 cents in stamps or cents. So a lot of people would think that would be absurd today and that we're so past that, but in reality we're not, because there's even an advertisement out there that was like from like sooner to 2015, probably like 2012 or so, maybe a little bit further down the line. There was a Burger King commercial where there was an extra long sandwich that they had just brought out, and their advertising that they used was a woman who was staring at the thing like, and the sandwich was just in view, so it was just like half the sandwich, and the caption was, "It'll blow your mind," obviously making a reference to oral sex. We have a problem with that in society, and the fact is that we use sex to gain people's interest when we shouldn't be, because sex is something between two people who are either in love or married or something like that, but it's an intimacy, and it's usually very private, but nowadays we make it a very, very well-known fact that it exists. And I'm not saying that you should sit there and be offended by it, because it's not really offensive, it's derogative. Or not derogative, maybe, I don't know a word for it, but it's like condescending towards like women in a way, but not really. Another thing that we are bad for is making people think like, oh, women need to look like the hourglass body in the magazines. In fact, you can't go on Facebook without finding, like, if you go into those little links where you're like, oh, 55 celebs who have ruined their face with plastic surgery, like, if you go through any of them, it's like 5 foods that women should never eat, the deadliest foods for your body fat, how to burn body fat and get that gorgeous bod you want. I'm currently about 200 pounds, and I think I look good all the time. Even now, with my greasy hair, my oily face, and my acne breakout, I still think I look good. I still think I look hot. I don't need an hourglass body the size of a toothpick with some little curves on the edge to feel good about myself. I'm considered obese by medical standards, and I still feel very confident about my body. But for some reason, because I'm the size I am, everyone thinks that I'm insecure about myself, that I eat every second of the day, which in reality, you can even ask my parents, I forget to eat sometimes. I will go all day without eating because I'm just so enveloped in whatever I am doing, which is usually not outside because I'm lazy. But still, I mean, I don't need someone to tell me that I'm insecure about myself when I'm not. And I don't need people to point things out that are so obvious to sit there and try to make a point to me like, oh, your health is going to be bad. Well, I mean, yeah, in the long run, probably, but every time I've visited a doctor, they've always told me that I'm pretty healthy, got great blood pressure, great lungs, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I really don't overeat that much, to be honest, not anymore, but, I mean, I'm perfectly healthy right now. I mean, at least that's what I get told every time I go to the doctor. I may be obese by medical standard, but I mean, I sure don't look it like what you think I look. And I don't eat what you think I eat. I don't sit down with McDonald's every day. In fact, McDonald's is probably one of my least favorite fast food restaurants. Conclusion for rant today: don't listen to advertising. Advertising is a bunch of bull, and it sucks. The end. Sorry, one more thing, it just crossed my mind. Being a toothpick is not bad either. Everybody's different. It's genetics, yeah, a little bit, but you can't sit there and blame genetics unless you got, like, a gallbladder issue or a thyroid problem when it comes to, like, being extremely overweight. It's my fault that I'm this size, and, I take full responsibility for it, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I'm so fat all the time. But you shouldn't feel bad because you're a toothpick either. I'm not saying that being a toothpick is bad either, because if you have a toothpick bod and you're happy with it, be happy with it. If you want to change your bod, preferably not under the knife, but just do it the way that you think would be best and healthy for you. Other than that, it's just my rant for today. I didn't want to sound like I was putting down people who were toothpick thin or normal thin or average size, whatever size you are, because everybody's different, and no two bodies are exactly the same, because there's always going to be some wear and tear on one where there isn't on others. But yeah, just be happy with yourself, and if you're not, don't go under plastic surgery to get it fixed. Most times, it'll end up costing you thousands of dollars that you don't have at the moment, and if you do, then, I don't know, go for it. But it's none of my business. Bye.